Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. We're back for the Harvard Legacy here. And just looking at a couple of matchups we had recently after the last episode. So we did end up beating Vanderbilt, and that was actually a surprising win. They were actually a top 25 team at the time. And then we go on to beat Oregon State by 16 points. And then we move into the recruiting period. This is the week where recruits can sign with us. Austin Barron signs with us, so that's one of our best recruits there. But we do lose a couple of guys. Trey Williams, mainly our number one target that we really wanted. He had a really good jump shot. He ends up committing to Virginia Tech. Clemens goes to Boise State, and then Fregoso goes to Long Beach State. So we do need to replace these guys on our recruiting target list. And one guy I am looking at here is Patrick Ngonu. I think that's how you say his name. I'm not really sure, but Ngonu, I'm pretty sure I'm going to say it like that. But he's a pretty good, intriguing prospect. 6'7", and he's a small forward. The only thing is he is from Cameroon, so we can't really scout his skills because we don't really get to see him in action at all. He's in a different country. So we only get to just recruit this guy. We're kind of going in blind. We can see that his 3-point is at a C, his medium is at a C+. So I'm banking on that size, and maybe we strike gold. Then we focus our recruiting eyes to Jamal Showers, and he's a 6'9" guy. We highlighted him in the recruiting video as well. And he's from Compton, California, the number 204 recruit overall. And we are actually going to be the only school to offer him a scholarship right now. So it makes me think that we have a chance. So that's what our recruiting board is going to look like after that. We are 6-4 going into a matchup versus number 1, 9-0 Kansas Jayhawks. The only thing we really have riding for us in this game is that we are at home. But they are led by a bunch of guys here. Cordell Cuffle is a sophomore. He's a power forward, 6'9". Mac McElroy is 6'6". He's a junior and a shooting guard, averaging 12 and 6. And then Ike Jeffries, their junior point guard, he's averaging 9 points. And then off the bench, look at I think that's Koger. He's averaging 7 and 7 off the bench. So we are at home. We are 6-4. And we're pretty close to getting into conference play. So we do want to kind of take advantage of these opportunities to play non-conference teams before hopping into conference play, because that's going to be really important as we hop in. So here we go. We are at home, and we do win the tip as Kansas is number 1. And this is going to be a tough matchup. But right off the gate, look at that defense, the number 1 team in the nation, passing it up to Koger, and Koger's going to get fouled. Go into the hoop. So now in a 1-1 game, here's a steal that time from AJ Starr. He's going to dribble it up, pass it outside to Jamil Aziz for a mid-range jump shot, and he's going to hit that one for the first bucket of the game. So now in a 6-3 game, here's AJ Starr out at the 3-point line, driving to the lane, and he's missing that layup, but he's getting fouled. But he does end up missing both free throws, so not a good sign, as that's actually been a problem of ours so far in the first half of this season. So now here's Cuffle in the post, their leading scorer. He's getting shot off the backboard in the post, and he makes it an 8-3 game. So now here is Braden Sexton this time taking a 3. He's got a pretty good jump shot, as I think he's already at 76-3, and he makes it a 2-point game. But they do eventually get another 2 points, but getting a block there on defense is Kansas. As you can see, it's pretty hard to score on this team. They got some good defense, good defenders. But here, AJ Starr is taking it all the way to the bucket, and that's an early 2-point lead for Kansas. So now here's McElroy on the perimeter this time, taking it in. He's going to boom it that time for the first dunk of the game. He's got 4. So now in a 14-10 game, here's a jump shot by Kansas on the perimeter there, a long 2, and they're going to take the 6-point lead early. So we do end up getting a couple points here back in 16-12 lead. And here's McElroy taking it to the lane again. What kind of defense was that? But let's talk about this slow start. You know, this is one of our problems. We take a lot of good jump shots early in the game, but we just don't make them. You see Jamil Aziz misses the open 3. Here's Braden Sexton in transition. He misses off the backboard. Here's Lee getting the rebound, but he gets ripped. And that's just kind of the common thread. But here's Falkering now with a 9-point deficit in the post, and that's what we want to do early on with him. get him going. He's got 6 points early. So now you can see Kansas, it's kind of hard to stop them as they get the steal that time, missing on the jump shot, but they do end up getting the 2 points there. But we do run back the other way. In transition, there is Dorsey with the foul and getting to the lane, but we just cannot hit our free throws early on in games. I don't know what it is. So now in a 23-16 deficit, here is Colley missing the open three-pointer. And here is Wallace in transition. He's taking it all the way. And now Kansas is off to a 9-point lead already. So now 6 minutes left here in the first half. Here's Jamil Aziz getting going to the hoop. And he's getting fouled, and he does hit his free throws. So now in a 25-18 game, here's Wallace passing it over to Shevner. Shevner's going to drive to the lane. That's a nice block by Juice Harrison. And Aziz on the rebound. He's going to take it all the way to the rack, and he's going to get almost the and one. But he does end up hitting his free throws, making it a 25-20 game. So here's Shivner passing it out to a guard, and Wallace hits the three-pointer on that one. And there he is on the defense, getting inside. Once again is Wallace, and he's getting fouled. So that's a big 5-point swing there, as they do take the 30-22 lead. So now here is Wallace passing it inside to McElroy, and he goes up in another big dunk. And wow, this guy is a high flyer. That's 3 dunks, and wow, he just straight booms on Lee that time. And they take the 9-point lead as they head into 3 minutes inside of the first half. So now here is Juice Harrison on the perimeter making a move towards the hoop. He's going to get blocked, but Lee is there on the boards, passing it back out to Juice, and he's going to hit the mid-ranger, and now it's going to be a 7-point game. So now here is Patterson passing it back out to a guard, but he's going to get deflected, and McElroy, there he goes with another easy bucket in transition, and he's got 10 points already. So now here, one more steal for Kansas. Here is Sheen driving to the lane, and he's getting the easy bucket. You see this Kansas defense, it's pretty tough. So now here's Juice Harrison missing an open 3 here, down by 10. Here is Ferris actually throwing an alley-oop to Sheen, and look at that. I mean, look at how high that alley-oop is, and somehow that actually finds Sheen in stride, and they end up taking that bucket to halftime with a 40-28 lead. They're shooting 40% from the field. We're shooting 30%. That's the thing. We get off to such slow starts, and it kind of hurts us later in games. But you see Falkland's having a good half, 7-4. Aziz has 6 points. But look at McElroy for them. He has 12 points, and most of them are easy dunks. So now here we go to start the second half, down by 12 early on, but there's Jamil Aziz finally hitting a three-pointer, and he's got 9 so far in this one. So now here's Kansas, some more defense. They're getting easy buckets in transition off of steals, off of deflections, and off of blocks, and they take the 15-point lead here to open the second half. But here is Jamal Patterson taking it to the lane. He gets an and one, so makes it a 12-point lead now. So now after the block that time by A.J. Starr, here's Patterson in transition. He's laying it up and in, trimming it back down to just 10. So now on the inbound, still down by 10 here in a 48-38 game. Here's Braden Sexton in transition. He's going to take it all the way. He's going to take the foul and almost get the and one, and he does convert both free throws. So now in a 48-40 game, here's a pass inside to McElroy, and he's throwing it down again. This guy is a straight high flyer. So now we have finally a good defensive possession here. Here's Lee in transition, passing it up to Patterson. He's got 6 points in transition, as he's been that spark for us so far in this game. But here is Kansas in transition, trying to get fancy, throws an alley-oop, but Harrison passes up to Lee. Lee's going to lay it in, and it's still a 10-point lead. It seems like, we're getting buckets, but the lead isn't going anywhere. But here is Aziz on the pump fake, driving into the mid-range. That's a nice shot, as he's got 13 points here in the second half. So now in an 11-point deficit now, here's Juice Harrison pump faking the 3, getting to an open spot, actually takes a worse 3 with the hand in his face, but he does hit it, and that trims it down to 8. So now after a missed dunk, here's Falkering running in transition. He's taking it all the way to the rim, and he's getting fouled, and this lead is trimming down. Now it's down to 6. So now here's McElroy with an open 3. That's buckets. and now their lead is back up to 9. So now in a 9-point lead, here's Lovingood dribbling the ball up, passing out to Patterson for the open three. He's going to miss it, but there's Lavietes on the rebound. He's going to get blocked, and actually he's going to go back up with it and get his own rebound, and he's got some pretty good rebounding skills off the bench. That's what I love about Lavietes. He is 7'1", so, I mean, he might as well be getting those rebounds at that height. But here is Lovingood passing out to Colley, and he's getting the bucket there. And here's Falkering on the steal, and it's down to a 3-point lead. So now here with the 3-point lead, Kansas passing it around the perimeter, getting an easy jump shot, and now that lead is back up to 5. So now 3 minutes left here in the second half. Here is Cuffle in the post, and he's throwing one off the backboard, as he's only got 6 points in this one. He's their leading scorer, so we got to take advantage of this. So now down by 7, here is Patterson taking it to the lane. He's getting fouled and 1, and Jamal Patterson's been doing that all game, as now it's down to a 4-point lead. But here we're giving up an easy bucket that time to Koger, as he's got 9 points in this one. So now on defense, here's a good defensive possession. There's Jamil Aziz saving the pass, and here's Sexton in transition, passing it up to A.J. Starr. He's getting fouled. So now we trim this lead down to 4 points with under 2 minutes left. So here's Cuffle passing it out to Ferris. Ferris is going to shoot the 3, and he's hitting that one, and that makes the lead a 7-point lead again. So now here is Jamil Aziz driving to the lane, getting the foul and almost the bucket, but we do get the 1-and-1 free throws to go. So now here's Jamil Aziz dribbling the ball up the court, passing out to A.J. Starr, and that's going to be off, but Aziz gets the ball back, drives to the lane, and almost gets the and-1, but he's going to trim this lead down to 3 points with under a minute left. So now we do play some good defense, get the steal here under a minute left. Aziz open for the 3, and it's just off. It rims out, and they get the rebound in with the next possession here. So an open shot here in mid-range. We do get a miss. There's Lavietes on the rebound. Sexton is going to dribble up the court, take it to the lane. He's going to get fouled, but he can't convert the layup. And now we go to the line with 30 seconds left. Braden Sexton hits the first free throw. He's going to hit the second one, and now it is a 1-point game versus number 1 Kansas here at home. So we go for the steal, and we almost get it, but instead we intentionally foul them, and they go to the line for the 1-and-1. On the first free throw, here's Wallace, and that one is going to be good. So now they have a 2-point lead. Wallace on the second one, that one's money. So now they have the 3-point lead here. 15 seconds left with 1 shot left to go. Here we go. Here is Harvard at the top of the key. Sexton passing it out to A.J. Starr. We want A.J. Starr to take this shot. He's our best shot maker. 5 seconds left. Here's A.J. Starr at the top of the key. He's going to take a 3. It's going to be off. Wow. So we come within a bucket of tying this game up, and we just cannot come through as we go on to lose this game by 3. We were actually getting dominated pretty much the whole game. In that last probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the game, we had some pretty good defensive stops, some steals in transition. We got fouled a little bit, and we got brought back into the game. But McElroy went off. He had 18 points. He's the player of the game. But I'm proud of this team, man. What fight we had in that second half. You see, we outscored them by 9 points. In the second half, they outscored us by 12, and that's the thing. We gotta start out good versus these good teams, because we can't afford to get down, because a team like Kansas, they're number 1 in the nation, they're undefeated, they have the athletes, they have the defense, they're gonna do it all. But Cuffle, we did hold him to only 6 points and 6 rebounds. He was their leading scorer coming into this game. But I was actually pretty proud of our guys. We only shot 38% from the field and 3 of 18 from 3. That's the only thing we got to clean up. We shot 16% from 3. So we're going into the next episode in the conference play, so you don't want to miss that. It's going to be pretty cool, and just to see how we line up against the ACC competition. So we do go into this part of our schedule 6-5, so hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.